Welcome to another Quarantunes Inside Studio. Drew, today we have Travis Denning. How are you, Travis?
Dude, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Been a while.
It has been a while. You doing okay?
Man, I'm hanging in there just like everybody else.
Yeah, you've been doing some hunting and fishing lately, haven't you?
Yeah, I mainly been fishing. I got in the woods, I guess like 2 weeks ago. Didn't hear nothing. I'm going to give it this upcoming weekend's the last weekend of turkey season in Tennessee, so I'm going to give it one last shot and literally, hopefully, hopefully I get
all you need is one.
Exactly. But, man, I've been just having a blast on the water, and enjoying that time.
Now, you've been catching anything good?
Just some bass here and there. I caught every bluegill there was in Harrington Lake in Kentucky the other day, but they weren't too big. But my girlfriend's dad caught two pretty big like striper bass, and we ate those up, and it was awesome, man. We had a great day. Like I said, two bass. I caught like a little 1 pound bass. It was all right, but I gotta step my game up, man. Like them Lanco boys, dude, they're tearing it up. I don't know if
getting it done, yeah.
I've been hollering at Trip. I'm like, listen, I know you got an extra seat on that boat, homeboy. Boy.
Are you back in Tennessee now, or are you still in Kentucky?
I'm in Nashville for this whole week, gearing up for the EP to come out and all that. And so just had a lot of stuff, and it was better for me to be down here with a good Wi-Fi signal, because they don't necessarily have the best Wi-Fi in Nicholasville, Kentucky. So
right. Best thing they have in Kentucky is the bourbon, right?
Oh man, bourbon and horses, buddy. They got it all.
And her family, they're a bunch of drinkers. They like to drink there, so I'm sure it's
there's no shortage of bourbon in the neighborhood for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet so. Hey, how's it feel, man? You got a top 5 song and then a top 20 song that you wrote.
Amazing, dude. It's so crazy. It's so wild that it's all happening right now. I mean, during this, crazy time we're going through, but man, I'm super excited, fired up. I've been a believer in After a Few since we sent it to radio, and it's just awesome that it's, it got up there. It's amazing. And all the support and stuff, and because it's been a little bit of a haul to get up there. So it's cool to see it finally get there. And I'm fired up. And I'm so thankful for Michael Ray for recording Her World or Mine and giving it a shot, because, man, it's awesome. It's really amazing.
To have a song that you wrote and is in the top 5, and it's going to push up even higher here in the next couple of weeks. But and then to have another song that you wrote and somebody else cut, which is the better feeling? I mean, I know it's got to feel good that you cut it and recorded it and everything too, but.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, with it being my song, because it's the double whammy. It's like I wrote it and I got to record it, and it's my career. So, I mean, I'd say After a Few probably means a little bit more. But on the contrary, I mean, dude, Her World or Mine is such a special song. And that song, that's kind of what we say is like, that's one of the songs I moved to Nashville to try and write. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to hone my craft and try and get better to where I felt like I could really write a song like that and be vulnerable and share a side of me that usually I don't. And the fact that it got cut and Michael just delivers it so well. It's two totally different kinds of happiness, but they're both awesome.
So how many songs do you think you've written before you got a cut? Because you've had cuts by a lot of other artists, Aldine and Chase Rice and Justin Moore, but before that.
My first cut I had was technically Pickup Lines by Justin Moore. I think it wasn't my first cut to come out, but it was the first one that got recorded. I mean, dude, at that point, I'd been in Nashville for the better part of a year. And, dude, I mean, I wrote probably, I don't know, 110, 120 songs. I mean, dude, I was right. I mean, it was crazy. I was writing my ass off, just trying to get a cut, trying to get a publishing deal, just trying to get that first step. And I actually wrote Pickup Lines in January of 2015. And, every year as a songwriter, you go through the holiday break, you come out of it with kind of some new like energy, you know, some kind of re-energized. And that was one of the first songs I wrote back from the break. And it was awesome. You know, it was super cool. My producer is Justin's producer. He sent it straight to Justin and they recorded it within like a month. And it was
wow.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just kind of makes the ball churn a little quicker down the hill then.
No doubt. Yeah. And once you get that first cut, it's like cool things start happening.
Kellyanne says, just to know, I adore your kind of music when I'm commuting. That's nice.
There you go. Driving around. I love it. Do you know if we'll be coming to the PNW? I love the Pacific Northwest, man. It's always a blast. Always a fun time. I love Oregon. Portland, Oregon is actually one of my favorite towns, man. It's such a blast. I love Spokane, Washington, all up there. And so I hope we'll get to come back as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird time right now because everybody's in limbo about what's going to happen. You know, Eric Church came out and said, I'm probably not going to tour till 2021, but, you know, we got to get some stuff out there on the road. Have you guys talked about anything?
You know, it's really at this point, man, we're just kind of waiting on the green light, you know, and as soon as we get that, we'll be the first ones out there. But, you know, safety is truly the priority here. I mean, we got to look out for one another, because if we don't, then we'll never get out of this, you know. And,
right.
So we got to make the right decisions now, so we can go have fun later. So we'll see. You know, I'm praying and hoping we get back out as soon as possible.
The EP does come out on Friday, correct? And it's your first full EP, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah. This is my first EP. It's going to be 6 songs. 3 of them are already out, so. 3 new songs, but I think something about hearing all these 6 together, I think it's going to be kind of like a whole new experience for people, even if they've, you know, are super familiar with the 3 songs that are already out. I think just hearing them back to back gives you a good sense of not only the story I want to tell and the story I'm trying to write, but also a sense of my live shows, and kind of gives people a gauge of how they go. I think they'll really experience that when they hear this EP.
Do you feel that your inspiration has changed since you got to Nashville to now that you've had a couple of cuts and you're not like that struggling, I need a cut artist? You're listen, I've got cuts. I'm a serious songwriter now.
Yeah, you know, I think so. I mean, I think everybody's perspective and inspiration changes, I mean, day to day, and especially year to year. And, you know, now being in a position I'm in, you know, just at this moment in time, I'm really excited. I'm hungrier than ever for people to hear my music and to build on top of this. But it's a great time in my life right now. I'm so lucky and fortunate to have the success I'm having right now. And I don't know, that does shift the way you write a little bit. You know, you start kind of being a little bit more like introspective, and you know, if you're writing a heartbreak song, you kind of go back to that time. If you're writing a happy song, it's easy to think about because that's where my head's at right now. So it definitely is shifted, and the perspective has changed. And I'm sure in like 6 months, it'll be it'll change all the way again.
Right. Within 6 months, you'll, have your first #1 under your belt. And that'll really change things, right?
Knocking on the wood right here. Yeah. Sure hope so.
So I've been singing David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs for the last couple of days, and I'm in my head singing in a different genres. And the one that I've really taken to is the lounge singer, man. I've been lounge singer type, man. I come out with a Travis Denning Standards album, maybe.
You're like looking at the band. You're like, come on, boys, let's keep it on time and be on top and don't get away from it. I said, I'm all this week's worth of cutting grass. Be perfect, man.
Man.
I think I would actually probably drive my truck off a bridge if I had to sing a lounge version of Dave Ashley Parker.
Well, but it'd be fun, at least for a second anyway, right?
At least for the moment, yes. And it would make you happy. So, hey, it might be worth it.
What else is on the in the future here that you can see ahead? You got the EP release on Friday. Have you all been writing since you've been sitting down? And
oh yeah, I've been writing a ton, man, and trying to write a couple times a week. Maybe take a week off here and there, but been writing on Zoom and FaceTime, and If the right situation happens with somebody I trust, we'll do like a 6 foot apart, back porch writing session. And no, it's been going good, man. I'm just trying to stay creative, trying to keep the wheels turning, because I feel like if those wheels stop, they're going to get rusty and lock up. So, and I don't want that to happen. And I'll be honest, man, I've been writing some stuff lately that I'm like through the roof about. Like, I'm so fired up. I think they're great songs. And like you said, it's like these songs are coming from a different place that I feel like I've never really written from before. And it's because of how crazy things are. And you think about things differently. So I'm hoping that, at some point down the road, maybe later this year, I'll get to kind of put out those songs.
Now you're from Georgia, and so you've written songs from the Georgia aspect. You've written songs from Tennessee, and now you've been in Kentucky for the last couple of months writing. So, that's different areas where great music comes out of all those areas. Did you pick anything up in Kentucky that has that Kentucky feel to it?
That's a really good kind of perspective on that. I haven't really thought of it, but one of the songs I've written recently that I really like, I did write in Kentucky, and it was an idea that I'd had for a while, but for whatever reason, whether it was, maybe it was being in a different spot, maybe it was geographically inspired, but I had this idea for a while, couldn't figure it out, couldn't get my head around it. And, one morning I woke up, I had a co-write that day, and I looked at it and it just hit me. I was like, oh wait, no, I got it, and maybe it was just getting out of town and clearing my head a little bit. And that usually helps, man. I'm telling you, when I go back to Georgia, maybe for a writer's retreat or a hunting trip or whatever, that's usually when the wheels really start spinning. And I'm kind of like trying to haul ass back to Nashville so I can write some songs, because I'm re-inspired. So yeah, man, maybe what I'll have to do is put out like an EP or an album with all these songs, and I'll have the song title and then what state I was in when I wrote it.
That would be great, actually. And, give some love to all the states,
Absolutely, man.
Hey, when this is all said and done and everybody's able to get back within, 3 feet of each other, do you think the Zoom songwriting is still going to be a thing? Do you think that'll be a little easier for people to write while you're out on the road?
Oh yeah, man. I'll be honest. It's been a lot more successful than I figured it would be. And I've actually really enjoyed some of it. I definitely want to go like my boys and my girls that I write with a lot, like the people that I'm really tight with. I love being in the room with those people and going to get a beer, going to get lunch, whatever it is. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's been really cool too to get through some writes with people that I trust and I love. And we kind of just get on there. We're like, hey, we don't want to look at our computer all day. So let's get to work. Like, let's focus and let's stay focused. And it's a big part of it, man. I don't know. I've talked to a couple of my buddies who live a little outside of town. They're like, I'm never coming back into town to write a song. They're like, I'm for the rest of my life.
I don't have to put on pants. Yep. I don't have to see anybody face to face.
I mean, dude, there's a big difference if you live in Lebanon, and you're 45 minutes from Nashville and you got 11 o'clock right. You can wake up at 10:58 and be on time for that right if you're doing Zoom.
Yeah. And okay. Now, are you in Nashville, or are you outside of Nashville?
No, I live in East Nashville. I live here in town. So, and I love it over here. It's a great part of town. It's got its own little thing going. And it's great for where I'm at right now, as far as traveling a lot, getting to the airport on time, getting to those kind of things. Now, I will tell you, during quarantine, I definitely wish I had about 50 acres outside of town right now. That would have been a lot more fun right now. But when things are going and the wheels are turning, this is a great place to be.
Do you got some buddies that have some land for turkey hunting? You said you're going back out to try to get a gobbler.
Yeah, I'm going to go we'll try to go this weekend with actually Tyler Farr was who I was texting earlier this week. I went hunting with my buddy John Langston and Mitchell Tenpenny. John's got a great piece of property about 2 hours outside of town. So I got buddies around. I'm hoping next year I can just find my own little spot. That way I ain't got to I keep calling people, Hey, how you listen? You know, can I go get one of your turkeys? So maybe I can go start working on my own spot sometime next year.
After a few, will probably get you that hunting ground.
Hey, fingers crossed, man. That would be pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, Travis, man, we appreciate you spending some time with us. And the EP is coming out on Friday. Beer's Better Cold. You'll be able to pick that up. 6 songs that will put a different spin on a lot of these songs, right?
Absolutely, man. I hope everybody enjoys it. And Drew, good talking to you, brother.
Good to see you, Travis. Hopefully we'll see you in person soon.
Hey, amen, dude. Praying for it.
All right, bro. Take care.